Okay, so I just wanted to hop on real quick and show you an easy way to find nutrition information on Purple Carrot meals and how to log them into MyFitnessPal. Um, so, whenever I'm tracking my macros specifically, I will log these into MyFitnessPal every week. And so basically, Purple Carrot sends you an email every week whenever your meals ship, and then it will have the meals that you ordered in it. And so, what I generally do is I just go to that email. I'll save all the emails just in case I need to get back to the recipe easily or something if I lose my recipe book. But then you can just click on the item and it will bring you to a website screen where you can see the item, and it actually has the whole recipe on there. So if you lose your recipe book, you can find the recipe. But then the place I generally go to, it has your macros listed here. It has the calories and then the macros. But then you can also go to the full nutrition label to get a nutrition label just like you would see on a food box. And so from here, it's pretty easy to take this stuff and put it into MyFitnessPal. So I will say I used to spend a little bit of time going in and putting everything in, putting in the whole name and all of the information that it has on here, but lately I don't use that much of the information. I mostly use the macros. So I've been saving a ton of time by not even putting in the full name, just putting in something to help me identify what the meal is, and then just the main things that I need. So literally every week I can get this all done in less than 5 minutes, put into MyFitnessPal. That way, as I eat the meals, I can just already have them there and log them really quickly. So I will switch over to my phone and show you how I do that. Okay, so I just opened up MyFitnessPal, and there's actually a couple ways you can do this. One way is to go to the plus sign at the bottom, go like you're adding a food, pick what meal you want, which this would generally be dinner for me, and then I go up here to My Foods, and then you can create a food from there. But the way I like to do it is kind of going back to this main screen. And the bottom right, there's that button that says More. I click on that, and then they have this My Meals, Recipes, and Foods. And I go to that, and then you can go to Foods and create a food from there. So either way, you want to get to this part where you're creating a food. And here's where you can put the brand name. You can put Purple Carrot if you want. Like I said, I've gotten pretty lazy lately and I don't normally do that anymore. Um, and then I'll just do that kimchi tofu stew. Like I said, it had a bigger name and I used to put the whole thing in there with a bok choy and sticky rice, but now I'm just like, whatever. Just keep it simple. So for the serving size, when you look on that nutrition label, it'll be in grams, how many grams a serving is. So in this case, it was 463. And then you have to put the grams on there. Otherwise, it won't let you. I'll just show you what happens if you don't. And then I get the two servings meals. There's some meals through Purple Carrot that are four, but mine are just two. So watch when I try to go, it says alert. You have to put a serving size. So you have to go back up here and put grams. Um, and then it should let me go. And so here you can pick, like the only thing you have to put in is the calories. But like I said, I like to put in the macros as well. So there's my fat, carbs, and protein, which you can find easily from the website, like I showed you. And so it pops this up, like you can just put that, but it pops this up. It's like, oh, it's more accurate. So I don't put everything in, but I do like to add a couple of other things. When I was training with a trainer who was tracking a lot of things. One of the things she wanted to track also was sodium. So I'll normally just throw in the sodium, and fiber was another thing. Honestly, being on a plant-based diet, I didn't really have much of a problem with fiber. She said I was getting way more than like what she was recommending. She said normally with her clients, it was the too little fiber that she was concerned about. So if you're plant-based, probably don't have to worry about fiber, but I go ahead and throw those things in and then I don't get that notification anymore. So yeah, so I put it in there. And so I'll just do that for the 3 meals. I'll create another food, put the meal in. Like I said, it's done in like less than 5 minutes. And then, so once I have all of your meals in here, then whenever you go to log a food, you can go here to my foods, and then you've got it right there. And then you can just log it in, and there you go. So, yeah, that's how I put my purple carrot meals in my Fitness Pal every week. Okay, so just a couple things I forgot to add. That's generally how I do it. Like I said, I go to that email that they send that has your recipes and go from there. But if you don't have that email for some reason, or if you want to do it a different way, you can log into your Purple Carrot account and go over to your order history, and that'll bring you to this page, and it'll show your previous orders. So if you go to upcoming deliveries, you can see all the future deliveries that you have. And then you can get on there and edit them or skip them really easily. But if you want to get to the nutritional information from the Purple Carrot website, you go here and then you can click on it and it'll take you to that same screen that I showed you before, where you can get the recipe and the nutrition label right here. And then I want to show you one other thing on my phone. So yeah, I generally go in and just enter in this nutrition information every week on my own. I just make a new food in the app, but you can also search for purple carrot kimchi tofu stew, and it may or may not, bring up that meal. Like somebody may have entered that meal in there, and then you can bring it up by searching it. So there's that option too. But when I first started doing it, not all of the meals were in there, and some of the meals that were in there and the nutrition information was a little bit different that was on the label. So I just started putting it in myself every week that way. But if you don't want to do that, you can just search it like other foods on my Fitness Pal. But it doesn't look like there's like an official like purple carrot put in there. You know how some restaurants or whatever, if you type in, like on Olive Garden, I noticed you type in Olive Garden, and then there's like one that comes up with like a green check that I assume is like from the official Olive Garden people. They don't have that for purple carrot, so I just go ahead and enter it in myself. So that's just FYI. So here's what I mean. Yeah, you go like you're putting in your food, and then you go up to the top to the search, and then you can search for purple carrot, kimchi, tofu. One thing I don't like about my Fitness Pal is that it doesn't like automatically start filling in the searches down there, so you can pick one. You kind of have to just like type it in and search. And then see, so this came up. Somebody's put it in, and somebody even put it in with, so if you look at that second one, somebody put it in with the whole name. And I've got my nutrition facts put up. It shows that it is 440 calories. The serving size is 463 grams. So, that one's probably, it looks like everything matches up. So you can go ahead and just enter it in from there. And it looks like, this person entered in some other things, the sugars and the calcium and iron. So yeah, so you can do it that way. You can put it in yourself, or you can search and see if it's on there first, and then just pick one that's on there. But just okay, so there's one there's what I'm talking about, the kimchi stew with tofu with the green check, but that's not purple carrot. Um, so yeah, I don't think purple carrot like actually has official ones in my fitness pal. So these would be based off stuff that other people have put in, which may or may not be correct. So I just like to go ahead and do it myself. But this is also an option to search it and see if somebody else has put it in.